Our region's business, improving our economy, creating jobs, and strengthening communities. Innovation, collaboration, transformation, and the people making it happen. Join us as we take a closer look at our region's business. Now, here's your host, Bill Flanagan.
Today on our region's business, an emerging Appalachian Innovation Corridor and the multi-billion-dollar investment in energy and AI in Homer City. That's a big part of it. The highway construction industry in search of a few good men and women to do all the work that needs to be done. And Oakmont prepares to welcome the world of golf. First, the cooling towers and smokestacks may have come down, but a bright future is building in Indiana County. A $10 billion plan to turn the former coal-fired power plant in Homer City, Indiana County, into a mega AI campus and natural gas power generating station. The Allegheny Conference and its partners recently cited the ambitious development in a pitch to the U.S. Department of Energy to invest in what they're calling the Appalachian Innovation Corridor to support data centers and AI development. Supporters say our region has all the elements needed to lead with abundant natural resources, deep research expertise, and a skilled workforce, all in proximity to a major metropolitan center. Well, our neighbors in Indiana County have already seen the potential, and they're on top of it. Corey Hessen is CEO of Homer City Redevelopment. Senator Joseph Pittman serves as Pennsylvania's 41st Senatorial District, covering Armstrong, Indiana, and portions of Jefferson and Westmoreland counties. And Matt Smith back with us, Chief Growth Officer of the Allegheny Conference on Community Development, which co-produces this program. Welcome, good to see you all. Welcome to our region. A native Wisconsin guy, lived all over the place in the energy industry. Now you're doing this. What do you like about the opportunity at Homer City?
Well, I come from a small town in Wisconsin, so I love small towns. I love what opportunities they create, and they are the backbone. Small towns across America are the backbone for the energy industry and what we're doing in urban areas across the country.
And so what is it about Homer City in particular that's creating the opportunity that you see here?
Well, Homer City has the infrastructure that's required for a project of this magnitude. And it starts first with the leadership that's required. Folks like the fine senator to my immediate left here and Representative Struzzi help to put the right framework in place so we can execute upon the project. We have a community in place that knows how to support a project of this nature. We have the right emergency response teams in place, from police, hospital system, PennDOT, all the right people. We have the right labor force in place from the union's perspective, all the right boilermakers and electricians and all the other folks needed to build the plant. And then finally, we have all the services in place to make sure that the people who come and work at our plant have everything they need to be good parts of the community. And the last thing that I would mention is the physical infrastructure is there. We tore down an old plant, but we still have the transmission and distribution lines.
I was going to say, you got the wires, right?
We've got the wires.
You got the gas underneath.
And,
yes.
and the access to abundant Marcellus shale gas is vitally important to our project.
Wow, so a lot going for it right now, and it sounds like you're getting the partnership and the support. I just wonder, Senator Pittman, from your perspective, you know, what do we have what it takes? Are we on board sufficiently to make this happen?
Bill, to me, this is what the promise of Pennsylvania actually looks like. This is an example of where we have taken an economic engine that was in our community, in our region for decades, and we've recognized that it needed repurposed. And thanks to the investment that Corey and his team are leading, we're now seeing a reinvestment of a piece of property that will be brought to a higher and better use. And it'll be brought to a higher and better use because of everything we just talked about relative to our infrastructure that exists, our water resources, our natural gas resources. And I'm hoping that not only will this be an economic engine for our community, but it will be a model of what we can replicate throughout this region. We're very fortunate to have the grid infrastructure, the God-given natural resources that we have, to make responsible use of them to meet the growing demands for AI technology and energy in general. Well,
and you talk about the growing demand. We seem to be seeing a lot of that around here right now, Matt.
Yeah, it's going to be a huge demand over the coming future. AI, industrial users as well. They're demanding power. They need power. The Pittsburgh region is perfectly positioned to be the problem solver for the world challenge around power generation. When you talk about, Corey and Joe, the senator, both said natural gas resources in western Pennsylvania in abundance. We have significant investment occurring in this region in utility infrastructure. MEPI doing an advanced switchgear manufacturing facility in Beaver County, Hitachi in Westmoreland County. So when you combine the natural gas resources that we have in this region with the infrastructure that we're building out on the utility side, we are a recipe in a region that is really well positioned to solve that huge problem around energy demand that we know is coming.
And Corey, are you getting the support you need? I know you're getting it from the senator, we've got him here, but in general, from the community, from the state, to really be able to move this forward.
Yeah, absolutely. We couldn't be happier with the support that we received. Agencies like the Indiana County Department of Economic Development, their staff has been very supportive of making sure our permitting process moves along at a pace necessary for us to meet the needs of our eventual customer on site. And the Pennsylvania Department of Environmental Protection, who's also doing a lot of the permitting and the collaborating to make sure that we are getting the site delivered and all of our requirements are met, has been very, very supportive and constructive all along the way.
Yeah, I want to come back to state policy in a second, Senator, but with our 30 seconds left, I just wonder, you think about your constituents and stakeholders in your district, what could this mean to them if this project really moves forward?
Well, if you look at the capital investment, you look at the fact that this could broaden our property tax base as an example, that's extraordinarily impactful to our local governments. A lot of times we will find people in our community that moved there in the 60s and 70s to work at the Homer City Generating Station. That can be replicated again thanks to Corey and his team and what they're developing. We're already starting to see that, and we're going to build on it and make it continue. It's a shot in the arm that is really unrivaled whenever you talk about a $10 billion capital investment, largest in the history of the Commonwealth. It's a great opportunity. We just need to make sure we put state policies in place that help advance these kinds of opportunities in the future.
Okay, when we come back, that's what I want to dig into. What do we have to do as a community and as a Commonwealth to make sure we lay the foundation appropriately for this to happen? So we'll be back in just a couple of minutes with more of Our Region's Business. So please stay with us.